Before we start, make sure to check out and join my UGC group with a bunch of Roblox accessories, buy me if you like, and follow me on Roblox to help out. Also, like and subscribe to the channel so we can hit 115k subs. What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we gotta talk about one of the craziest weapon reworks that we've seen in Deepwoken for a very long time. Before this recent update, this weapon was 100% just forgotten, but now things have changed and it's finally its time to shine. So today, let's talk about the new alloyed falchion and how its critical utterly breaks the game. Before this patch, the alloyed falchion was realistically nothing special. Its stats were some of the lowest in the damage department with a lackluster base critical. I mean, even now, it still has a starting damage of a pitiful 27.5 in its base, but it's got something kinda ridiculous. By using the new reworked critical, we can essentially ignore block and deal a majority of our damage straight through. So before we talk about tech and the use case of the falchion crit, let's talk numbers. The critical damage on this weapon without any other additional modifiers starts at about 30.5. So with that being said, the damage for this attack is kinda low and underwhelming, but it has a few properties going for it. For starters, if the attack lands, you're dazing targets in place and setting them up for combos, but honestly, we might as well focus on hitting blocking opponents. If you hit a player with a basic version of the falchion critical, you're dealing about 80% to 90% chip damage when you hit a block. In many situations, you might as well not even hit the player and just try to confirm a hit on their block, since the damage is essentially the same and it's easier. If we compare hitting a player normally and hitting a player on block, the damage is almost the same, but I'm not gonna lie, I think all weapons should probably have a maximum of 30% chip damage before we talk about enchants, cause you know, it can get crazy. Talking about enchants, if you want, the obfuscation enchant can grant you a speed boost to zoom around on hit, and it gives you insane chip damage on your M1s. But by using this, it will not be increasing your critical damage since you're already bypassing that 50% soft cap. Again, the falchion crit does 80 to 90% chip damage, so this enchant kinda does nothing for the crit. Having pressure on both your M1s and critical is still kinda insane if you're running a stun build or a speed build. I'd say if you want to optimize your impact when landing a crit on block, the stone enchant is probably the way to go for both broken chip damage and posture. There's genuinely no way to improve the chip damage you deal further since it's already at an ungodly amount, so why not punish blocks with, posture? Now with this critical, it's kinda useful in almost any situation, especially with all of the momentum changes. A lot of people aren't going to be moving around as crazy or, have crits that move them, and this has good range. If you really want to mix up and throw this out randomly, it's fast, has nice range, has a ridiculous payoff as shown earlier, and its cooldown, the cooldown is practically non-existent. With a starting cooldown of 5 seconds, once the entire animation ends, that CD is about 4 seconds and you're at no downside for throwing it out. I'd say it's a really good tool to activate on players in hit stun or shaky block so we can confirm our block pressure or slap them outright. Since the weapon itself kinda has no other upsides with its stats, I guess maybe the speed, this critical is straight up carrying its entire existence. The age of the forgotten falchion, it's finally over. So what are your thoughts on this weapon? It's short, simple, and kinda crazy on block, but it does feel really nice to use. Anyway, share your opinion down below with a comment. Thanks once again to all the supporters who motivate me daily and directly help out the channel. If you want to join as a member, go down below, and besides that, my own personal Discord, guild Discord, and my UGC group are linked, so check them out. Thanks once again, and make sure to like and subscribe so we can hit 115k. It's punchin' time.